I'm Kat from Kat Satori Creations, and today I am going to make a flower with this shot glass. And my first color is a teal, and it is quite thick, kind of like the consistency of honey. Kind of floats on the top a little bit. Some of my paints are slightly, just a little bit thicker. This is a light blue mixed with phthalo blue, and this one's a little bit thicker. And because this is a little bit thicker, it's going to give me a 3D effect on the flower that I'm making. And this is a navy blue. Now, the three colors that I just showed you are fixed paints. When I'm done, I get anywhere from 1 to 3 ounces of paint that's left on the board, and then I scrape it up and I use it. I fill it until it's I'm gonna say about 1/4 inch from the top, not too close to the top because I'm trying to save my covers. And this color is Fire Opal. It's a color that I made myself. It is not a fixed paint. And this is Vermilion. This is not a fixed paint either. Kind of same consistency. A little bit runnier than the rest. And then this, the last one, is a yellow. Very bright yellow. So when I run out of my fixed colors that I have, then I go and I'll spend a day and I fix the paints. And I have learned that you cannot use light colors to fix paints because when you do, you get a dulled color. It muds up. It makes the paints blend together and mud up. So you do have to use high tinted paints, darker paints. So let's get going. So my first color that I'm going to put on is blue because blue is going to be my outside edges. And I'll put more of this down. And then I'll also put some of it down on the outer edges so that I don't lose my flower design. That run just a little bit. I didn't paint for a couple of months. I had a back injury, so I'm back at it. The paint that's left on the top, it will be quite thick, but I do not have problems with my paint cracking. I use a formula that I created myself, and I lost my train of thought. Sorry about that. Happens as you get older. Now I don't want too much of the blue because it has a tendency to go a long ways. So I'm going to go light on the blue. A bit of dark. Now there are ridges on the side of the shot glass, and that is what's making the flower. Now I got this shot glass at the Dollar Tree, or I'm not the Dollar Tree. I got it at Goodwill, and Only cost me $1 plus tax. Not bad. And I posted some earlier videos that were just I didn't film it of me actually making the flower. I just filmed it after I was done. Um, I have a problem with concentration, so it's easier for me. Like if I knew how to put on music, I'd do my videos and not talk unless I was, teaching something. But I'm not there yet. I've been doing this since last June, and I've learned a lot. Um, and I just decided to develop my own style, um, partially due to memory problems that I've had my whole life. Um, but I love doing this. I've always loved creating things. So I'm having at it, enjoying it. And I hope you enjoy it with me. Okay. Now I need to put some more of the blue on the outside edges so that I don't lose any of my flower petals. Um, and I think I'm happy with that. This one I'm going to leave just as it is. I don't think I'm going to add any more to the middle. I really like that. And I'm going to show you how I do the middle in just a second. So now I'm going to take my little stick and I'm going to make my flower petals. And I have my canvas up on a big glass tabletop that allows me to catch the paint, and then when I'm done I take it and I scrape it up and I save it for a later date. Now, I have been recycling my paint since I started in June, and I have not had any paint go bad. Now, when I do get to some of my paint that's been sitting for a while, it is thicker on the outer edges. But all you have to do is take a stick, stir it up, mix it up, and then add more color if it needs it, because sometimes the colors fade, especially if it's a fixed paint. And then you can also add water to it to thin it out because it gets thicker. I would say within a 2 month time, you want to check containers if they're sitting somewhere and stir them. At least with my formula, my paints are not going bad. I don't know about any using any other paints because I couldn't afford Liquitex, so I decided to buy different things and then just start mixing them together. And this is what I'm getting out of it. So I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to get to doing this. All right, I'm going to take the glass piece out and I'll be right back. So I'm back, and I've added paint to the edges and brought it close to the edges for when I spin it. But I just wanted to show you this painting. This is one that I made just a few days ago. And I don't know if you can see that if I'm angling it right, but it has 3D. And maybe you can see it better like that if I angle it. But it is absolutely gorgeous. And I can't wait to put the finish coat on this and then spray it in a few weeks. It's going to be gorgeous. I do allow them to dry longer than 4 weeks just because my formula and my paint is so thick on my paintings. And I have another one I want to show you. This is another one, and I absolutely love it. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. And like I said, I have back problems. I have spinal stenosis in 3 places in my back. And I also have curvature of the spine between the shoulder blades. And in the afternoons after I've painted, I'm in severe pain in the afternoon, but I don't care. It's just, I think they're gorgeous, and I can't wait to finish this one out and share it with you. So I'm gonna get to it and add the middle to where I want it. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of red. Okay. And I think then a little bit of blue. Now start adding my drops. I don't know how this one's gonna come out. I'm doing it different. To change it up a little bit. As long as I haven't got other colors on my the tip of my stick, that I don't change the color. Oops, that was a little bit more than I wanted. Let's see. I'll keep adding it until I get what I want. This is a little time consuming, but end results are absolutely gorgeous. Might have to put some more red in there, I'm not sure. We'll see. And if I do get any color paint in my little cups of paint, I just stir it up when I'm done. It just blends in. You don't get it's you're not getting tons of paint in there, so it'll mix in okay. Okay. Now I think I want to go. Some of the videos I do are going to be just of the end results, but with each technique that I do, I will do I'll show you how I do it. I painted a painting yesterday and I scrapped it, and it come out terrible. I even tried to do the bloom technique with it, but I pressed down too hard, and I should have added some of the red and the orange and the yellow to my spatula. I one of the ones I did the other day, I did it and didn't add anything to it, and it come out absolutely gorgeous. But let's see here. I think I'm gonna move my chair, and I think what we'll do, draw it to the middle. Alright, with that, I think I have them all. Maybe I'll add just a little bit of yellow in here. There we go. Happy with that. I'm going to leave that. Oh, one thing I am going to do. Let's bring that. I'm happy with that. All right, I'm going to start spinning it and see what we get. I do have to move my paints out of the way. Alright, and pop the bubbles one more time. Now, if I was to take my flat spatula that I have and go over the top of this, it would do a bloom technique. There are no cells almost in this at all, but if I was to hit that with a spatula, that would turn into a bloom type painting. And at some point, I'll show you'll get to see that if my petals don't come out right. And you know, I think that I'm going to add some light blue on here before I go. Just to give it some definition. In June was the first time I even knew that this type of painting existed. So like I said, it is all new to me. Just kind of like I'll connect those all together. Okay, a little bit more than I'd like to have there, so I need some yellow. Just to patch it up a little bit. Trying to get rid of that blue. There we go. Now I just need a little bit of orange. Oops, that was just a little bit more. Well, yeah, I did it to one, now I gotta do it to them all. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's perfect because you made it. Oops. It just adds character, that's all. What do you think? I love it. Absolutely love it. Alright, now it's time to spin. Out of the way. Here we go. And it does take a little bit of time to do the spinning because I don't go too fast. And once I get enough runoff off the board, then I will use the paints on the side to get touch up any places where I didn't get the paint. Boy, that blue that light blue with the phthalo blue, it just takes right over. I might stop right now, push pause, and put in some little paint driblets in it. Be right back. So I'm back, and I've added my paint. I'm gonna try to tip this to this side a little bit. Try moving some of the paint. It flows hard because it is pretty thick. bring it this way. Tip it so you can see it. Try to get it to hook over this side just a little bit. Okay. Now I have my little spoon. It's kind of like what I call a knife spoon. I found it at a yard sale somewhere years ago. I use it for everything. Comes in handy. Might add some more blue. I don't know if I have enough coming off it yet. No, I'm going to keep. I like to make sure everything gets a nice thick coating. Almost out of the navy blue, but I almost have the whole thing covered, so it's all good. Bring it this way just a little bit. Next time I gotta put less of that light blue with a phthalo blue. I thought I went light enough, but apparently not. I did good on the teal. And I'll be right back. As you can see, I did a few changes to the middle because I was not liking what I was getting for colors. So I added a little bit more colors and then drew it into the middle and just did a little small circle. So now we'll finish spinning it out, and then I'm going to check the sides and the edges to make sure I have them all. And I don't. I can see that right now. Okay. So now I just use what's on the board. To get the spots I didn't get. I like doing my edges a couple of times just to make sure that they're fully covered. And then I check underneath just to make sure that everything underneath is all covered. And by the looks of it, it is. When I first started working with my formula, my paints would go away from the edges and I'd have spots. It would force the paint away from the edges. Well, I finally figured it out, and it is no longer doing that. As long as I don't, if I make my paint too thin, that will force it away from the sides. Right, I really like that. Let me bring you in for a close-up. I apologize to the way I have to do it. Try to get it the best I can. There we go. Bring you in for a close-up so you can see the colors. Colors in those petals. There you go, that's better. I got a camera, but I can't figure out how to use it, how to get it to pause or anything. So I'm back to using my phone. I'm not going to be discouraged. I'm just going to do the best I can. So let me know what you think. And don't forget to like and share. See you next time. And don't forget to subscribe. I think it's beautiful. Let me know what you think in the comments.